Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Minecraft tutorial. I am Tyken, and today I'll be showing you how to have a secret staircase behind a lava place. First of all, the cool thing I wanted to mention about this design is it's literally impossible for someone to get to your hidden staircase without either knowing where the button is or knowing there's one behind here in the first place. And generally it's not easy to do unless they completely destroy your fireplace, hoping to find something interesting. Anyway, we'll go ahead and start with the basics. Keep in mind, this isn't going to be the exact same for every house or every base. Generally, because you have to have the room and, where you're putting it to fit properly. First of all, we're putting the two pistons on the side right here. What these are going to do is when the fireplace is turned off, it's going to push the piston, can't even think of the word, the bricks in to get rid of the lava, so it's instantly open and you don't have to wait for the lava to disappear. What you can do, depending on your base, is you can hide this by putting just like a, let's see, full wood block here or something, although you'd probably want to use a different material naturally, since it's you don't want to have wood too close to the fireplace. And then what you can do is you can have this one on top instead and put something along there to hide those as well. There's multitudes of different things you can do to hide your pistons. One of the things I originally used is paintings, if you remember my original video. But again, just use your own ideas, come up with something. Point is, you generally want to hide them or else it's kind of obvious. Anyway, next we need 2 more pistons behind this. The fireplace itself needs 6 in order to open. You put these 2 back right here, and you put 2 cobblestone or whatever you want to use here. Basically what happens is this little compartment right here is where the lava goes in. The lava flows down and of course flows out into the lava place and hides everything and, makes it look nice. Basically when you turn it off, these push in, blocking the lava, and these crush inward as well, getting rid of the lava that is there, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, next there's 2 more important things, the signs specifically, although I actually need 1. What you need to do is you need to put a sign directly below where the pistons are going to push in to block it. What this does is it has two purposes. When the lava flows down, it hits the sign and flows outward towards the living room or whatever area you put it in. And next you're going to want to put the next one kind of down and over one, or directly over your staircase. What this does is it prevents the lava or whatever you're using, because you could use water, of course, but it would be transparent, so it'd kind of be useless. It flows down and prevents the water from flowing down your staircase, or lava, in this case, and getting everything mucked up. Because if you ever had lava flow downstairs, you know it's kind of a mess to clean up afterwards. Okay, we got that pretty much set up. The only thing we need now is, of course, to set up the rest of it and wire it later. Next of all, we're going to need more pistons, of course. All these are sticky, or at least supposed to be. Let's go ahead and get rid of these so we can get in here properly. You're going to want to put pistons, well, sticky pistons, one directly under these half slabs in the middle. What these are going to do is they're going to be constantly up, and then when you switch it on, they're going to pull down and get rid of these so you can walk forward. Next, what we're going to need is we're going to get a piston right here as well. Oops, but it has to be facing this way. And then we'll do one right over here as well. And we'll just do that for now. Okay. Get rid of this stuff. And lastly, we're going to need 1 more set of pistons, just to have them. Let's see. I think back 1 more. So come down and place it about here. Oops, too far over. There we go. Let me go ahead and get rid of these so you can kind of see what it's supposed to look like. I originally put these half slabs to make it look like a real floor for a house or something, but it doesn't matter. Easy to... crap. One block here, one block here, and done. Okay, now that we have all those in place, you can kind of see where they're supposed to go. It's a bit confusing, but hopefully you'll be able to get this. I'll also be linking the save file in the description below, so, you know, should be easy enough. Next, what we're going to want to do is get rid of those, of course. Then you're going to want to do stair blocks right here. These pistons are going to be holding these stairs. Oops. And I'll go over exactly what the process is supposed to do. Naturally, these are going to be on. Let me see if I can get a lever for demonstration. Lever. Okay, these are supposed to be on. And what happens is when you flip the switch, these are going to go off first. These are going to pull these down. These are going to be on by default. They're going to pull these back, and then these are going to push the stairs in, so it would open up like a normal staircase. It should, you know, work pretty well. Let's go ahead and get rid of these for now. Let me fix this. There we go. We're gonna want to keep these up for now. So actually, just get rid of these and replace these. There we go. Okay. We'll put these back later. Now what we need to do is do our wiring. This is the hard part, kind of. What we're going to first do is, naturally, we're going to make the wall that houses the button that we're going to be using. There's a number of ways to hide this, and I may do a separate tutorial on ways to hide secret buttons or whatever, but for now we're just going to have a button on a wall that's pretty easy to get to. So we have our button over here, and of course this is going to come down, though I need blocks to come down here. Come down along here and into our little wired area. And just get rid of all this. Okay, here we are. Just fill that in for now. Okay, one of the first major components for this entire setup, of course we might have to make some room for this, so let's go ahead and get rid of all this. Okay, the major component for this is going to be a T flip-flop. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'll be showing you how to do that as well. Let's bring this out one. Okay, we're actually going to be building it into the floor just slightly, just so we can save room, because naturally this is going to be covered either with a layer of solid blocks or half slabs. Either way, you're going to want as much room as possible. To make this, really simple design. You have, actually I'll move this over. You have two pistons like so. Then what you're going to do is put a thin layer of stone on top, like, oops, like this. So it should look kind of like this. Then you're going to want to put a redstone torch here. Well, before you put the other one, you want to put a block in the middle. And then you're going to put one here. And then you're going to put two redstone on top. That doesn't have to connect, but it does have to provide power to the top. Basically what this does is when you press the button, it switches it. And it's kind of interesting how it works, but it does work. Okay, for one of these, doesn't matter which, you can just, well, generally I like to do this side for this particular thing. You put a redstone torch under one of them, and then you put redstone in front of the other one. I'll show you why in a moment. First, we need to clear out a little bit more space, and put one going, oh, no, not like that. Put a repeater right there in front of the other side, and then have redstone coming down to connect to the repeater. What this will do is, let me go ahead and give a brief example by putting two repeaters in front of each, because I'm trying to explain how this works while explaining how to build it. Basically, when you turn this one on, well, when you click it the first time, that one stays on. When you turn it on this way, it turns it off. And then again, when you turn it on again, or back off, that one flashes on for just a brief period of time. This basically allows you... let me see, how will I explain this? Basically, when I built this thing, every time you turned it on or off, these would crush in regardless, and you only want to crush in when it's opening. And in order to do that, I had to make it flash on for just a brief period of time, and that's kind of what that's for. But I'll explain that more as we get into it. For now, we're going to be just connecting this and finishing this up a bit. First, what we're going to do is we need to wire these up just slightly before we continue. We need little bases for them to connect to. And then right here. Okay, this way we'll know how much room we need in order to do our little things. First, what we do is we set these up. These are gonna, well, the repeaters help make sure, you know, the things get signal. Plus, each one is going to have different timing. For these, they're going to require 1 tick. The other ones aren't going to require really anything except for the default tick that's already on them. And of course, we're just going to have to connect them. Although I guess you could, you know, just actually move this here for now. That way it doesn't take up too much room. There we go. The way I like to do this one specifically, I think I normally have more of a floor to work with, but I'm going to raise this up by 2, have a repeater go into here, and having redstone go to here, and we can just connect it like so. And then this one is pretty self-explanatory. Just connect it to whatever. The only problem with wiring these, it's going to get a little tricky because you have to have make sure each one of them goes in the order they're supposed to. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue with this one. I'll go ahead and put smooth stone here so you don't see that from the sides. Basically what I do with this is I have redstone coming in down here, so the repeater pushes the signal through to this redstone here, and of course I make it go down a bit. And yes, that's what she said, but actually, yeah, there's no way I can do that with it being that close. I think I know how I did it. What I do is, instead of having it go directly behind there, because naturally you don't want to see the redstone from the stairs or have any, you know, openings next to the stairs, or else it looks weird, is I put the redstone next to it instead and just looped it downward, which works pretty much the same exact way, except naturally I come through here directly under the stairs. Oops, just fill that in with stone for now. Have this redstone come across under here, and then I have it loop up, and oh, that's right, I need to have it go down for there and then come up and point to this one. It's a little tricky, but it works. I'm sure you can probably find a better way to wire this. My wiring skills aren't perfect, or at least, I don't know. I consider myself good, but not that good. So basically, you have the one repeater connecting to here. It delays the signal just slightly, which is also kind of important, but it also pushes the signal through to these. And it's pretty much the same on each side, kind of points up towards the block directly under the piston. Okay, we have these relatively wired. We may have to get a little tricky later. I'm going to clear out a little bit more space behind it just to make sure we have enough for our last component, and then we'll finish this up and hopefully it'll be simple and easy to understand. So be right back. Okay, this should be more than enough room. At least I hope so. The next component, I'm not really sure what it's called. I know it's has something to do with pulses. I can't remember the exact name, but hopefully it doesn't matter too much. Okay. I know you build it something like this. You have exactly, well, it's basically 6 blocks with a space in between each of them. Then what we're going to have is we're going to have repeaters going from this block, going this way, and then kind of making a circle here. Except you don't loop it around right here. You basically have all the middle ones pointing to the block this way. What this is supposed to do, essentially, is it makes them go off in order and then, well, on in order and then off in the opposite order, or order, my mistake. But there's one important thing that you should know when you're building this. Each one on the outer rim is supposed to have one tick exactly in between them. The middle one's relatively left untouched. Okay, now we need to figure out which one's which. First of all, we have this one and this one. Both of them need to be on originally. So we have these as redstone torches, so they stay on. And then the last one is supposed to be off by default, so we'll go ahead and have this one. I'll just put it in front of this one like this instead, just to make sure it gets the signal. I'm not sure if it does it on the side. Let me test this real quick. This will also be a good experiment to show you how this works exactly. Turn this on, and you can kind of see how it works. Kind of a slow. Okay, that still works like that. Let me increase the ticks so you can see how this turns on and off. So let's turn that off first, and then we'll put redstone torches on top as an exemplar, and then we put the torch on, and you can see they went off 1, 2, 3, and you turn it off, and then it's 3, 2, 1. It's really interesting on how it works. It's really ingenious, and it's essential for pistons that you actually have to have in order. So let's go ahead and finish this. The first one is going to be the bottom one. This shouldn't be too tricky. Instead, we'll just have this one loop around and touch it like that one. And this one we'll just have come down right here and connect like so. Okay, so it should be 1, 2, 3. Because this one, actually, let's go ahead and put these, where are they? These back on top, just so we can finish making this look right. Here and here. And let's go ahead and change it to morning, so we still have daylight. Again, basically what's supposed to do, this is supposed to pull down first, and this is supposed to pull back, and then these are supposed to push in, and then pretty much the exact opposite order. So let's go ahead and get this tested real quick. Make sure this works. That's annoying. Let me just go ahead and grab some dirt instead of stone right there. And we'll take this signal, have it come up, and connect to right here. Okay, we currently have it on, and as you can see, it worked perfectly. Let's go ahead and turn it off and watch it work as well. Perfect. And then, oh, that's why it's so slow. It's because I forgot to reset these. I was wondering why it was going so slow. Well, at least you got an opportunity to see how it works in the process it's supposed to. Perfect. Much faster. For some of you, if you have problems getting this to work, you can always increase the time between them, see what's going wrong, or sometimes it's just your computer isn't fast enough and it glitches out with the pistons. So having a little bit of extra time between the transformation isn't too bad as long as it works. But now we need to, of course, finish the rest of this, and it's not going to be easy. So what we're going to have to do now is, let's see. Okay, we're going to have to clear a little bit of room this way. This may get kind of trickier with the wiring, and of course much messier. These are going to have to be turned on and off the same time as these. So naturally we're going to have to figure something out with this. Let's see. I believe we can raise this up and have it connect that way. Yeah, that should work. You can find different ways to do this, but for now I'm just finding the easiest way so we can get this point across. Just continue on this way, loop around that so we don't block that off. Get rid of that. Okay. Go ahead, wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we shouldn't need a repeater just yet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Repeater, although we could actually do it at 14 instead. Doesn't matter, just getting more out of your repeaters. Then we're going to loop this up, of course, and I don't know if you're going to need repeaters for this. I think you can do it. Let me see. Test this out real quick. 2, 3, and then have these come up right here. Let's test it, because if so, yep, okay. You don't actually need repeaters behind that. You could just have it going across the top like that. The cool thing about that is, you know, you save material costs. Okay, actually, I want to do something real quick. Instead of that, I want to have it where it goes down a bit more. Actually, no, that, well, okay. Now that we got over this wiring part, because I think we're gonna need it for later, I want it to come this way and have it go down a bit so I can have more wire for later, or room. Not sure if that will help, but I'll fix it later. Okay, next part is we're going to put, well, if you do it like this, you're going to put 2 redstone torches on either side. Well, 1 on each side. This will activate these, but of course, you know, we're going to invert it later. So now we're going to have redstone pointing at these, so we can turn it off. And then pretty much the same over here as well. Redstone. Oh, don't want that to connect. So instead, there we go. I'll have it connect like so. That should fix that. Okay. Next, we're going to want to make sure these connect here. Okay, that should work. Actually, let me turn these on real quick so we can see if that looks right. Okay, it should look right. The only problem you may have is it may be a little cramped in your tunnels when you're walking through them with the overhead space. Of course, it's supposed to be kind of a secret entrance, so naturally it's going to look a little cramped when you're going down, like you're going to hit your head. But of course, you can probably get around that by finding a different way to do the wiring. Like you could probably go up over the pistons if you preferred, although that might be a little trickier. Let me try that, actually, because you definitely don't want your tunnels to look crappy. So let's see, have it come up like so. Then we can just come like this. Oh, well, that might be a problem, but you can always just put these across there to prevent it from connecting. And then like so. Let's see if this actually has any problems, because if it activates the pistons below it, then that definitely will be a problem. Yeah, unfortunately, not going to work as well as I hoped. So, just stick with the bottom, you know, going under instead of over. But again, with enough space, it shouldn't ever really matter, considering you can just find other ways to do this. Okay, so we have that connecting like so. Sorry for the confusion with that one part there. Okay, now we need to connect this part to that part. How are we going to do this so it doesn't get screwed up? Ah, I know. instead of putting redstone there, we'll put a repeater here. That way we can put redstone directly here. How are we going to do this part now? Okay, I'm going to go back to this original design that I had here. Going to have to raise it right here, though, so it doesn't connect. Here, and we'll just lower this one, since that isn't particularly necessary to be raised. Okay. Don't worry, I'll be doing a quick little overview after I'm done to clear up any confusion. And then for this one, we're going to probably have it going low, just so there's no possibility of clashing, or, yeah, like so. So just keep going this way, clear out all this as we go. And then, of course, continue up. And now we need to connect to those, which you can probably do by going under this one. There we go. Then we just connect here. We need to see if that is going to be enough room. So let's put a redstone torch here, push the power through, and see if that's enough. Nope. Let's put a repeater right here, and we should be good. Okay, that should be all working now. Let's go ahead and fix this back how it was. Okay. Actually, I forgot, instead of a repeater, since we're going to need to invert this, we're going to put a redstone torch right here, like so. And that should work. At least I believe so. Let's check it out, see if it does work. Okay, get rid of all this stuff. Where is it? Well, first we can just turn off creative mode. And we need two of these. Two of those, I meant. And of course that messes up. Okay. Get rid of those. Ooh, that didn't sound pleasant. And I forgot I can't fly now. Okay, back to creative mode. And press the button. Okay, and press the button again. For some reason, that didn't activate. What did I do wrong? Oh, well, first of all, I think I forgot to put the repeater back here for this one. So, naturally, that isn't going to convey the signal. Also make it morning again because it's getting kind of dark. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's put the lava in now that we have this relatively working well. Lava goes in here. As you can see, it flows out and looks rather nice. Let's go ahead and activate this once more. Stairs open up. Oh crap. Oh crap. Crap. Kind of forgot about that. That's a pain in the butt. Okay, kind of messed that up. Note to self, or note to everyone watching, try not to make that same mistake I did. Put here, put here. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix this crap. Luckily, lava isn't too hard to get rid of. At least not incredibly hard to get rid of. But it is annoying once you kind of dump it all over your project that we're doing here. Okay, cleared all this up. Why was that open? Not sure. Doesn't matter. Redstone, come back this way. That's easily remedied. And I think the only thing else that got screwed up was... oh, that right there. And this one little repeater. And the wire that connects to it, I think. No. Doesn't connect to that one, connects to this one. My mistake. Okay. Okay, now I'm not sure what's going on here. I think I accidentally got rid of that. Yeah. Okay. Replace this. And let's try this once more. Okay, activates. This pulls down, pushes this. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, I fixed those little errors. The main problem that I forgot is when the lava kind of came in, it screwed up some of the wiring, so I had to refix the timing. Pretty much the same as I did earlier in the videos. Another little tip is to put some kind of container behind pistons that you don't want pushed by mistake. Chests work, furnaces work. Furnaces much easier to make, by the way. Or you could do obsidian, but again, furnaces much easier to make and get rid of if you need to. I fixed all this, and I think I found the problem why this isn't crushing in. It's because it's too far, and it's not getting the proper signal to the redstone torch. So we're gonna just move this over a little bit more, and it should be working now. Flip the switch, crushes in just perfectly, and it opens up into the staircase, which you can go down or go back up. And after trial and error, which it's kind of good, most, video or tutorial makers tend to cut out their mistakes because obviously they're mistakes. However, I'm hoping you all learn from my mistakes, so I'm keeping them in. Let me go ahead and give a brief little overview, because if any of you are looking at this right now, you're going, oh my god, no way in hell I can even begin to fathom how this works. And when I first started off with redstone, it's pretty much the same. First of all, most of this that you've got to realize is just redstone wiring, which is like connect the dots. You just make a line to the next point and you're pretty much done. Then you occasionally put repeaters to make sure the signal, stays going, because it does die off after on the 15th line it dies off completely. So if you put it by the 14th, you should be good. So the main aspect of this is it's all just mostly wiring. Basically put point A to point B that easily. Second of all, the first component you have here, as I'm going to kind of break this down circuit by circuit, is you have the button connecting to this T flip-flop. Oh, excuse me. Basically what you do, the T flip-flop basically turns a switch into a lever. Basically, whenever you flip it once, it turns on, and whenever you flip it again, it turns off. However, of course, buttons are generally better. Secondly, you can do other cool stuff with them, like have multiple outputs. This is a bit confusing, yes, but basically, it's a general T flip-flop, as I showed. It's just the two pistons with a block in the middle, a redstone torch under the block that you want it to be on, and then two redstone torches on the side with wiring connecting here. It gets a little bit more complicated when you have a repeater here, but all it does is sends a quick pulse through this block when it's over here, and sends it through the output that way. Then for this one is when it's on. The only reason there's a repeater here is to prevent it from connecting to this redstone, and then it just connects here. Basically, it goes off. It splits two different ways. One to connect to the lava valve, I'll call it for now, and then this thing, which is the I don't know, the pulse machine, I'll just call it, because I know it has something to do with pulses. I can never remember the exact name. This is really simple to make, and even though it's complicated in how it works, it's really easy. It's just block, repeater with a single tick, block, repeater with a single tick, block. And then the same thing, but facing the other direction, and then 3 repeaters facing those. Then, of course, you have to determine which output you want. Basically, to invert it, you simply put a redstone torch on that block, and if not, you just connect the redstone directly to it, or next to it in this case. Here, you have your pistons. It looks complicated, but it really isn't. The bottom ones have no tick at all. They're just the repeaters. This one has a single tick, and it's the second one. And the third one, it's kind of weird how the wiring works, but it does, and it has no tick. So yeah, that's really simple. And of course you can have chests or furnaces or whatever on the side of them to prevent them from pushing each other back and forth. And then back here, it's relatively simple as well. From the outputs, you just connect them to the right things. This part's really easy. The redstone torch activates or deactivates them both, and this redstone activates or deactivates the lava. I'll be uploading this save file for you all to look at. So feel free to test this out, look at it, see how it works, or even try to improve it, or redesign it to fit your house. Of course, this is also in my test world, so you have plenty of room to try to replicate it or improve it anywhere else. So you have tons of room for that. And if you don't have too many items like I do, of course, there's a huge bunker full of all the items you could possibly need down there. So I hope this tutorial helped you all, and I'll see you guys next time.